Hi there, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to start a very new and exciting segment, Science with Miss Johnson. We're going to do a first experiment today that uses a lot of household items that hopefully you can go ahead and grab and start experimenting with. If you can't, no worries, just watch something really cool on this YouTube. Alright, so what we're going to attempt to do today is make a lava lamp. Now, what is a lava lamp? I will show you what a lava lamp looks like. This is a lava lamp. What I love about these is they got really cool colors. Mine has some orange leading up to pink, and when there's heat added on to the bottom of the lava lamp, it causes a bunch of chemical disturbances inside and makes it look really cool and really groovy. So we're going to try and make one at home. Okay, so before we even get started, the first thing that you're going to want to do is gather your materials. So I have all the materials laid out here, and I will walk you through what you need so far. So you need vegetable oil. This is just the cheap stuff that I got at the store. So any type of oil. You need vinegar. Got plenty of vinegar. You need baking soda. Other things that you're going to need, so those are all the materials. Those are all the mixtures that we're going to be doing. Another thing that you can do to make it more fun is food coloring. You're going to need a spoon, and you are going to need a tablespoon. So a tablespoon looks like this. It's a nice big hole. Also need a clear plastic cup with a lid. So I got a Cascade Ice. I drink it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel off the outside. So the reason I wanted to peel off the outside is because I want to see everything that's going on inside. I want to see the mixture that's going on. Okay, another thing that you're going to need to make it a little bit easier is you're going to need a funnel. Now, I unfortunately do not have a funnel, so I'm going to make one, and I'll show you how to do that. So take a piece of paper, and then what you're going to do is you're going to roll it up. You're going to roll it up so it looks like this. So there's kind of a smaller hole at the bottom. You see through it, there's a nice small hole, and there's an opening at the top. So the reason we need to do this is because we need to pour the baking soda into our bottle, which is kind of a small lid. So you just create this. And then what I'm going to do is, luckily I have a piece of tape, and I'm just going to tape it together. Last thing I have is cool goggles. You don't need goggles, there's not going to be any explosions or anything, but I just want to look sciencey and really cool. So we're going to get started. Let's go. Okay, there's one more thing that you're going to need to get started is you're going to just need a clear cup. So go grab that as well. Let's go. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we're going to take our clear plastic bottle and we're going to put some baking soda inside. So I'm going to open the top. I'm going to put my funnel inside so I can get the baking soda in there. And I'm going to use this big spoon right here, and I'm going to get about 3 to 4 and dump it just inside the bottle. Okay, so one thing that I just learned is that this hole is too small. So I remade a funnel to be a bigger hole at the bottom to allow the baking soda to get through. Also, it really helps if your bottle is dry. So I'm trying to dry out the inside of my bottle. It doesn't have to be perfect, but we just don't want the baking soda to stick on the outside. So we're learning from our mistakes here, and we're gonna get started in just a second. Okay, so we're gonna get started again. Here we go. So you need your funnel to put on top, and then you need to add about 3 scoops of baking soda. And then just try and like sprinkle it in there. One. Two. So now grab your vegetable oil. What we're going to do is we're going to pour oil into our cup to about 3/4, so about right here, a little over halfway. So you're just going to have to do this nice and carefully. So I'm just going to pour nice and carefully. When you're pouring, try and do it nice and slow. Don't pour it all at one time. As you can see, when I poured the vegetable oil, this is the vegetable oil on top of the baking soda did not mix. So the baking soda is still at the bottom and we have the vegetable oil on top. That's good. That's what we want it to look like. So now I'm going to set that just off to the side. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my clear cup. I'm going to fill it with vinegar. And then I'm going to add some food coloring. So I'm looking at this right now. The background is yellow. I think I'm going to do like a red. So I'm going to take some of my red food coloring, pour it into the vinegar, and then I'm going to mix it up. So now I kind of have this cool red color. Now what we're going to do is we are going to start adding our vinegar solution into the vegetable oil and baking soda. So you're technically supposed to be using a dropper. Unfortunately, I don't have one, and I'm not sure if you guys will either, so I'm just going to use a spoon. And I'm just going to start adding in, some drops of, wow, and if you look at it, there's bubbles coming out. So what's happening right now is the vinegar and dye is reacting to the baking soda that's in the vegetable oil, and it's creating these bubbles. So I'm going to add more. And if you were listening, if you're doing it on your own and you're listening, there's making bubble sounds. So cool! We made a lava lamp. So if you can watch, it's going up and then it's actually fizzing and bubbling, and they're even coming down on this side. So they're going down on the side. And it's creating a really cool mixture of bubbles. So in order to make my lava lamp go, I need my special vinegar and dye mixture to make the bubbles go. So now there's just a bunch of bubbles and things happening right now. It looks really cool, it looks super sciencey. And if you can see, some of them are now starting to come down. So that's what happens to a lava lamp, is some of the materials go up and then they come back down as well. Very cool. Okay, so we're going to talk about the science behind our at-home lava lamp. So in this bottle right here, what we had was we had a mixture of baking soda and vegetable oil. So the baking soda stayed on the bottom and the vegetable oil stayed on top. So it did not mix together. So we had a layer down here and then a layer up here. Now from previous experiments that I've done, I know that there's a reaction between baking soda and vinegar, and that's what we're seeing here. So the vegetable oil stays on top, the baking soda stays on the bottom. We created a mixture of just food coloring and vinegar, and then we added it to the solution. So vinegar is heavier than vegetable oil. We know it's heavier than vegetable oil because when we pour it into our solution, our mixture, it starts to float to the bottom. So when it floats to the bottom, then the vinegar reacts with the baking soda, and that's what causes the bubbles to release up, because when you add baking soda and vinegar together, it creates bubbles. Vinegar is heavier than vegetable oil, so it's going to sink down to the bottom. Then the vinegar reacts to the baking soda, which causes bubbles to happen, and it goes up to the very top. Once it goes to the top and the bubbles are popped, what the food coloring does is it then comes back down. So you can see there's a bunch of food coloring happening down here. So once it's reacted with the vinegar, goes to the top and rises up, what's falling down is the food coloring particles, or the food coloring bubbles. They're going back down. Very, very cool. That's it for Science with Miss Johnson. We created a fun lava lamp here. What you can just keep doing is adding your vinegar into your mixture and watch the bubbles go up and down. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you really liked it. Please comment and subscribe to my channel. Maybe we'll do another fun activity. Let me know if you liked it. All right, see you later. Bye. All right, I'm just gonna do a little extension to this experiment because I'm a scientist, I'm curious, I have a couple of questions. So I know what happens when I take the vinegar, put it into this mixture down here. We know that the vinegar sinks to the bottom, reacts with the baking soda, bubbles fall up, and then the food coloring falls to the bottom again, creating this kind of lava lamp effect. So I have a couple questions. So I know that the air is being released into the bottle on top. I can hear it. So I have a question. I'm going to do it one more time, add some more vinegar. I have a question on what happens when I cap this. I wonder what's going to happen. So I'm just going to cap it and watch it for a little while. Okay, so when I capped it, I saw a lot of bubbles going on, a lot of bubbles going up back and forth, but now I'm seeing a lot less bubbles. I see the clear food coloring down here. We still have the baking soda. This is the big vinegar. And up here on top, it looks like there's some condensation on the bottle, meaning there's some sort of liquid on top. I have one more question to ask before we are done. I wonder what happens when I shake my bottle. So think of a quick prediction. If I shake the bottle, then blank is going to happen because blank. So think about it for a second. All right, here we go. And we're gonna wait. So we're gonna wait for that to happen while I start to clean up here, all right? Okay, so I have cleaned up my area a little bit. It left my bottle alone, and now I'm gonna look and see what happened. So I can see that the baking soda is still on the bottom, so it does not mix with the oil at all. I also see some food coloring. So what happened when I first mixed it is that the vegetable oil and the food coloring kind of mixed together. But now I see some of the separation. What I'm gonna actually do is I'm gonna let this sit for a while and just see what happens. Maybe leave it overnight. See if it completely separates all the different mixtures that we had. So thank you so much again. This was so much fun. I hope I can do another science lesson. Let me know if you liked it and we'll do some more. Bye.